Hi, my name is Jason Poston, and I'm here with Sam Sherwood, and we're here to talk about our final project, Pandemic2020, a 2D platforming adventure game.
This is our final project for Fundamentals of Game Design. Our instructor is Dr. Michael Weeks. This is fall semester 2020, and it's CSC 4821. The brief background on our game is we just kind of wanted to take a light approach to the pandemic that's affected us all this year. The premise of the game is we have a lumberjack / southerner that's trying to get through the level, which is a metaphorical representation of 2020, while trying to avoid the COVID zombies. And there's power-ups that are vials of bleach that will make you invincible for a small period of time, and we're trying to collect as many gems as we can to have money to survive the pandemic for things such as DoorDash, Instacart, things of that nature. I'm now going to switch to the game demo. This is our player, and these are the COVID zombies that we're trying to avoid. That's the bleach that we can get that makes us impervious, but once that runs out, we die and the level restarts. We're trying to collect as many gems as we can. Let's get all these gems. Trying to eat some DoorDash. And as we approach the end, we can see that once we hit this, we get to the end screen and we see our score, the creators, and we're able to restart this.
Yeah, I guess when we first started the project, like Sam said, we wanted to kind of make it a bigger thing than what it ended up being. I know we had ideas of doing different types of areas. So we had like a shopping center, and we had like a grocery store, and then eventually we kind of settled on this because we found out that it was more difficult to do things in Unity than we had expected. So some of the hardships that we, encountered were obviously the biggest one was the distance that, we had to overcome. So our schedules are a little bit misaligned. I work nights. I know he's during the day. So we had a few days in which we could really get together and set up meetings and times and stuff that we could share our screens and what we've been working on and where we needed to go. Other things were, learning Unity itself. I know I had never done anything with Unity before, so my learning curve was pretty steep. The projects and assignments that we were doing in class kind of helped out towards the end when we started getting into Unity. But a lot of it at the beginning was learning, how to use it, the user interface and all that stuff. And then figuring out exactly how we wanted to lay out the game after we kind of were more comfortable and where we more comfortable of the game that we were building. So we ended up having the setting of this woodland kind of scene. And we ended up doing just the one level. So yeah, it wasn't exactly 100% what we wanted, but we're very satisfied with it. And as you could see from the playthrough, all the items work, all the gems work, you're able to collect it, all the stuff. And then obviously the death and the restart and the ability to restart the game once you finish the game works. So some of the materials that we used were obviously, like I said, lots of phone calls, lots of text messages throughout the semester, making sure that we were staying on track with the project itself, sharing screens using Zoom, making sure that, like if I was working on something, he could see and vice versa. We also used Unity's cloud so that we could share the game between each other. So that made things a little bit easier. Obviously, the game was created in Unity, and some of the coding was in Visual Studio. A lot of the other stuff we used for reference was in YouTube, and it's on the next slide here with a lot of the video material that we used. So like I said, a lot of tutorials were used here, great stuff. And then the Unity creating the 2D platformer cycle, getting started and stuff, going through that helped us a lot to figure out where we needed to be for this project.
Some other resources that we used were forums and answers on Unity and Stack Overflow. If we had any questions about how to execute things, such as like passing objects between scenes and things like that, we went there. On the asset store, Sunny Valley was a free asset that we used. We also used some assets from the Pluralsight walkthrough on 2D fundamentals, and over here is a receipt that we used and bought the Hillbillies vs Zombies to get our sprites. And I just
And
want
I
to
just,
thank y'all for viewing this, and I'll give this to Jason.
I just want to say thank you very much, everyone. You've played the greatest game you're probably ever going to play in 2020. Remember, stay safe. Don't let Corona get you. It's bad. It's real bad.